Welcome to Journey to Essence. I am Bruna Gonçalves, and today we are going to talk about what to do when we are facing spiritual warfare. We know that a lot of times we are going through circumstances in our lives that we think, is it happen? Did I did something wrong? Why that person is trading like that with me, or why the company end up firing me, or any other situation that you are going through. We are going to talk today about the spiritual warfare. We know that sometimes things happens and is because of our behavior, our actions, and also because of our sins. But in today's episode, we are going to talk about the things that is not in our control, the things that happen because there is a movement, a spiritual movement against us, because we are going closer to God, we are trying to be closer to God, and when the enemy see someone trying to, go in another level, spiritually insane, they try everything they can so that person give up. And I would like to start to read a passage with you that is in Ephesians 6 verse 12. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the power of this dark world, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. I started with this passage because we know that people, they are the main way that the enemy try to get us away from God. The enemy knows that the way that they can hurt you is putting your loved ones against you. And that is the way that the enemy has seen and proved that is working like for years. So he continues doing this, and we need to know as a Christian how to get control and how to deal when situations like that is happening. When we know, okay, we are in a warfare, a spiritual warfare, and now we need to put in practice everything that we read here in the Bible. We are not fighting against flesh. We are fighting something beyond that. We are fighting spiritual powers. And now to fight with these spiritual powers, we need to put God in the situations. It's not with our strength. And I would like to talk with you 3 main points today. And when you put in practice these 3 main points, will become a little bit easy to get control when we are dealing with spiritual warfare. And the first point that I would like to do is, don't try to fight every battle. Put God first and trust in God. And why this point is so important? We know that when we try to fight with our own strength, a lot of things get worse. Because we know the person that is doing that thing with us. We know like the company. We know all the situation that is make you be in warfare. You know that, and you love that person. You love that company. Something, you have this connection. What make the things difficult? But when you trust in God, when you put this situation that you are going through in God's hands and trust that He is going to deal with that, things is going to change. And I have went through a situation that was exactly like this. I was going through a spiritual warfare with my family, my mom and my sister. And we know that it's hard. Sometimes we want to fight, and we want to make the other person understand that the things that she is doing is not correct. But then we need to understand that, wait, I am not gonna win if I continue acting like this, because they are not acting by themselves. Something is making them behave in that way. So if we we respond back, if we answer back and react, things going to get worse. So if you put the first point in practice, you are going to see that God is going to move the things. That person that is making your life impossible will start change. And one big advice that I can say in this point is, if this person is acting like rude with you, is maybe saying things that is really bad about you, or any other kind of situation, your response as a Christian should be with love. If you try to talk with them in love, if you see that they are coming to you for a fight, and you give it back to them with love, they will not be able to continue try to get in fight, because they are going to see that it will not work. They have tried, and like I said, it's not them. It's not them that want to fight and want to, have this battle and everything. No, it's like the spirit that is working through their lives. But we know that, and we love them. So what we are going to do is live as a Christian. We are going to love them. We are going to pray for them. And they may see, they may not see. However, you are going to do your part, and God is going to move in your favor. So put this point in practice, and put everything in God's hands, and let Him win the situation for you. You don't need to fight every battle. There is battles that, yes, you need to go for it. You need to fight with all your strength. But there is fights that is only with God, and God is going to win it for you. What is there is a lot of things that is so powerful that if you try by yourself, it's failure. We know that. But if you put God in this situation, He's going to change everything. And the second point that I would like to talk with you is, don't let any open door, because the enemy is just waiting for one legal reason to enter in your life, for steal, kill, and destroy you. And I would like to read with you a verse that we can find here in John chapter 10 and verse 10, that says, "The thief come only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." So we know the enemy, they want our lives, with them. They don't want us to get close to God. They don't want us to live a happy life, a life when we are going to people, we are talking about God, we are living a joyful life. They don't want that. They want us in battle, in fights, always unhappy. This is what the enemy wants. They want us to destroy ourselves, because the enemy don't have the power for that. But if we let doors open in our life, they will have, he and all the spiritual forces will have power against us because we let them. We gave them power. But we have a reason here, that is, if we are with God, God is going to protect us. If we are with God and if we close all the doors, then we are safe. And then we can be in this place that, okay, the enemy can plan things. They can put things in our way to try to distract us or put us apart from God. However, we are protected because we are taking care of our spiritual life. We are taking care of the things that are natural. We are taking care so we are not to look to places that we are not supposed to look. We are not to walk with people that we are not supposed to walk. We are not going to do all those things that we know that God will not be happy with us. At least for me, I like to be in the place that God will be happy with me. And I like to say this because happiness for me is something really good. And when I feel like, okay, God is happy with me, I feel so good, and this is something that I try always when I am talking with God. Am I doing it correct? Am I doing the things that I am supposed to do? When you are in this moment that you can just sit and see, okay, this is my life. This is all the areas of my life. Am I doing all correct? There is any area that I need to take care of? There is anything that I need to do and I am not doing? There is anything that I need to pay attention in there? If you are doing this, then you are going to be in the correct path to win this spiritual warfare. Because, like I said before, it's just an strategy of the enemy to try to make us weak. But if we are with all the door closed, the enemy cannot enter. They can put people in our life to just try to put us down. But if we are stand in faith, if we are stand with God, we are going to win this. Things can come, but then we are going to trust in God. Everything is in God's hands. I know that. I know it's hard. It's really hard to live this in this present moment. But I trust that I have a God, and He's seeing all the situation that is happening, and He's going to make me win this thing. And the third point that I would like to tell with you, we are going to find here in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in faith, because you know that the family of believers through the world is undergoing the same kind of suffering. The third point is be vigilant. Stay attent. Look what you need to do. All the things that is happening. Is this a natural thing? Is this a spiritual thing? Because when you think that something is natural, you are going to act natural, right? You are not going to start praying in the middle of nowhere. No, it's kind of crazy if we try to do that. But if we are vigilant, if we are attent of all the things that is happening surround us, we can see what is natural and what is spiritual. There is some things that we think is natural, but it's not. Everything is going well, and then suddenly it starts not working things. And then suddenly, a person that you were talking, you were having a great time, then don't like you anymore, is your enemy for no reason. We know that when things like that happen, it's because for some reason there is a spiritual warfare. And if you stay vigilant, alert, and with a sober mind, you are going to understand it's time for prayer. It's time for worship God. Because only with worship, with prayer, I am going to be able to be strong in God to win this spiritual warfare. Things is not easy in life, but if we are with God and if we are alert, if we are looking to all the situations, even though things seems like it's not getting better, if you are in this position, if you are putting in practice these three points that I talk with you today, put everything in God's hands. Don't let any open door, and be alert, be vigilant. You are going to win this warfare. It's a spiritual warfare. You are not fighting against flesh, against mankind. You are not. You are fighting against the spiritual powers, to the devil. And we know that God already won all these devil powers, and we know that we are with God. If we are with God, we're already one with Him. So this was the podcast for today. I hope you could learn how and what you could do when you were facing a situation like this, when you were facing a spiritual warfare. But if you still have any kind of questions or would like to talk more about, you can enter in the website brunaonmission.com. You can put a comment there, you can send me an email. I would love to talk with you, know a little bit more about you. You can also comment on YouTube and here in the podcast. Would be amazing for me here back for you. I hope you guys have a great week. God bless you all and keep all of you safe. Protect with Him, and the blessings of God be upon your life. I love you in Jesus Christ. See you in next episode.